Our parks and our state wildlife areas in Colorado truly are gems of Colorado.
But are we willing to pay to keep them that way? In this 360 in-depth report, we look at the impacts of the pandemic's call to nature.
We don't have the infrastructure for that additional users.
And what can be done to preserve Colorado's natural beauty for generations to come.
We want people using and loving our parks, but with that comes a cost.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jason Grenauer. June is National Great Outdoors Month, and there's no better place to celebrate it than right here in Colorado. President Bill Clinton first declared Great Outdoors Week in 1998. Since then, Presidents Bush, Obama, and Trump have kept up the tradition, and many state governors have started their own. In 2019, the U.S. Senate officially expanded Great Outdoors Week into Great Outdoors Month. But then came 2020, and the whole world changed. The pandemic threw our routines pretty much right out the window. Morning commutes were replaced with a few steps to our computer, meetings were replaced with Zoom calls, and office chatter moved to instant message platforms like Slack. As we acclimated to a new digital-heavy life, the outdoors really became our sanctuary, helping break up the monotony of our daily lives and eliminate that feeling of cabin fever. But that came at a price. The growth in visitors forced many outdoor spaces to create new rules in order to handle the demand. While many say those rules are necessary to protect ecosystems, others say those rules have killed the spontaneity of our outdoor spaces. Denver 7's Patrick Perez continues that discussion in this 360 report.
There is so much beauty in Colorado, from its waterfalls and lakes to its aspen-covered mountains.
It's just gorgeous, man. I mean, look at it.
An escape from pandemic precautions.
Being outside is a great way for me to just reset, process things.
But all that getting away is getting destructive. The pandemic brought out an additional 4 million people to state parks last year.
I think more people are getting out, seeing how great Colorado is.
City and county trails and parks also saw record numbers and record damage.
What the 4th of July used to look like and Memorial Day used to look like when everybody went out for the weekend outside, that was every day, every weekend, and almost every day during the pandemic.
And overuse comes with a cost. In this case, a hit at spontaneity using tools like reservations, special passes, added costs. Let's take a 360 hike around Colorado through the eyes of parks and wildlife, the tourism industry, and of course, Colorado's millions of outdoor enthusiasts. We begin at the Long Hagler Reservoir in Loveland. It's one of about 350 state wildlife areas, places with critical wildlife habitats.
A lot of people in the area love to come out here and go fish.
The calm waters, the sounds of nature. It's where Noah Turnbow finds peace and a trout or two.
It's usually pretty relaxing and quiet.
He has a fishing license, which CPW began requiring last year to access these state wildlife areas. A hunting license can get you in too.
We're just seeing a lot more recreation activities on our state wildlife areas that these areas weren't intended for.
The license requirements were put in place to prevent just anyone from showing up and damaging these delicate places.
A lot of our state wildlife areas weren't really intended to have those activities occurring there.
Still searching for solutions, CPW came up with an optional $50 state wildlife area pass with the money going to help with restoration if you don't have a fishing or hunting license.
I think it's fair because I think if people have it, they'll be able to care for these places better.
Over at El Dorado Canyon State Park,
the views, the water, peaceful, serene.
A hot spot for rock climbing and bouldering.
There's just like a high concentration of routes. It's like a lot of easy stuff too, which is good for us.
These days, you'll want to get up pretty early to enjoy the spot.
Every weekend we are near capacity or at capacity, and it's usually from about 10:30 in the morning till about 3:34 in the afternoon.
The numbers are forcing the park system to consider a reservation system as soon as it is feasible to do so.
The ticketed entry, if they did it here, I think it would work out, yeah.
It would help with parking, which is almost impossible to find on the weekends, and managing the long lines at the entry gate.
We want people to be safe, we want the natural resources to be protected, and we want people to have a good time.
For Ryan and Brittany Walsh, a good time should mean any time you feel like driving out here.
But I think having a reservation system would just make everything booked out.
These two have experienced this with the new push for reservation systems in Colorado. They say they now have to plan weeks, even months ahead just to get a campsite.
It's like impossible to get a good campsite now because everyone books them out like January 1st.
Booking ahead seems to be the natural solution for so many spots across our state. At Hanging Lake in Glenwood Canyon,
This is one of the best places you could be in the state of Colorado, bar none.
officials say the reservation here is absolutely necessary.
We hear about over-tourism, and this was a problem.
Lisa Langer with Visit Glenwood Springs says this hidden gem was being loved to death.
There were too many people on the trail. People were bringing dogs, which aren't allowed on the trail. They were bringing garbage, leaving it up there.
As of last month, about a third of its 75,000 plus spots had been reserved. But Langer disagrees that spontaneity has worn out its welcome in Colorado.
There's still the spontaneity, and we saw that a lot during COVID. People would last minute, let's take off and go up to the mountains.
Plenty of parks, trails, and open spaces will always be reservation free. However, that doesn't mean a little pre-planning won't still be necessary. As our most popular outdoor spots become even more popular, remember, it's the early bird that gets the worm, or in this case, the parking space. Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
Rocky Mountain National Park will require reservations through October 11th, but our friends at the Denver Post figured out a way around them if you're willing to commit to an early rise. Now, reservations for the Bear Lake Corridor run from 5 in the morning until 6 at night. You can get around that if you're already in the park by 5 a.m. Much of the rest of the park operates under reservations from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., so it's possible to get into those areas outside of those hours too. Remember, biking into the park is always allowed with no reservation necessary. At Maroon Bells near Aspen, shuttle buses began running this week to address overcrowding at parking areas. Tickets on the shuttle cost $16 for adults and $10 for kids. You're encouraged to make a reservation so you can get a seat there. The shuttles continue running through mid-October. Even before reservations and restrictions, it wasn't easy for all Coloradans to visit our beautiful mountains, trails, rivers, and more. But state lawmakers are trying to change that with the Outdoor Equity Grant Program. The goal is to get everyone outdoors and invested in keeping our natural wonders preserved for future generations. Our Ann Trujillo sat down with Teresa Martinez from the Continental Divide Trail Coalition to discuss that plan.
Not only do we know that communities of color are 3 times less likely to be near natural places in general, just in even in urban settings, we know they have even a harder time getting out to places like this. So providing opportunities where especially youth, planting those seeds when they're young to be able to experience a place like right behind me, up on the CDT at Camp Hale, something like that where they can feel like they belong and that they have the skills and the tools and the resources to actually get out and experience it safely with their friends, with their family, with their neighbors and friends, and they feel like they're a part of this incredibly rich and diverse landscape and history and community.
What have been the barriers? What is it that means that some people have not felt welcome in the mountains or felt like that's where I should be going? I don't know. What are the barriers that people have encountered?
Traditional media focuses on usually a particular person that is outdoors. Like if you look in some of the outdoor magazines, you'll see a particular image. You don't see black women, black men, brown women, brown men, Asian women on those covers. You don't see them out there as families, or the way they're portrayed is sort of very stereotypical. This Outdoor Equity Fund creates that community and creates that resource to ensure that every child, every human, regardless of where they come from or where they live, have connections and opportunities to get out on these trails through the programs that are already in their communities. We don't understand how just one trip out with friends or even strangers to a place like behind me can just change someone's entire life. And I think the opportunities to do that so that we're continuing to ensure that the outdoors reflects the same faces as the indoors, so to speak, I think is really an important thing to do. And out here, we're all equal. It's we all deserve to be able to experience nature. It takes one hike, out where a kid has, that experience that just changes their life.
The Outdoor Equity Grant Program has passed both houses of the legislature. It awaits a signature from Governor Jared Polis. A Southern Colorado organization is helping make Colorado's outdoors a little more accessible for those with disabilities. The Lockwood Foundation uses technology and a whole lot of community building to plan outdoor excursions for those with a disability. This year, it has already helped 40 people take a mountain adventure, including Zara, who went to the peak of Mount Elbert with the help of dozens of volunteers.
Mount Elbert was the perfect paradigm of what we can do together as a community. They realized they were part of history that day, and they were part of changing the narrative on what people with disabilities can do in the outdoors.
The Lockwood Foundation has plenty of trips planned in the coming months. To learn more or volunteer, head to thelockwoodfoundation.org. Up next, it takes a lot of funding to keep Colorado's outdoors looking like this, but lawmakers say they can raise more money while cutting the cost of heading into the outdoors.
We've committed in statute that it would cut the price of an annual parks pass in half at least.
How they plan to do it and why not everyone is on board with that plan. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says it doesn't have the funds to keep up with all the visitors. That's why lawmakers at the state capitol are trying to raise money by changing the process of registering your car. Denver 7 political reporter Megan Lopez has that story.
Even on a rainy, cloudy day like this, spending time in nature is better than being in the office. Better for the mind.
I'm new here, so this is my first solo hike. I'm pretty excited.
Better for the soul. Over the past year with the pandemic, people have needed an outlet, and a lot of them turn to our state parks.
All our public lands in Colorado have seen huge increases in visitation, so
many visitors, CPW is having a hard time keeping up.
We're probably loving our state to death.
So a bipartisan group of lawmakers has come up with a way to provide more funding with a bill to create the Keep Colorado Wild Pass. Rather than going through CPW for your annual state park pass, it would be automatically attached to your vehicle registration.
It makes it easier to get your Colorado Parks Pass, and it makes it much, much cheaper.
Instead of $120 annually for a family pass or $80 per car, the new pass would cost $25 to $30, but it would generate more money for the state.
We get more people participating, which means that we're able to bring the cost down.
Representative Perry Will knows firsthand how much help CPW needs.
I think we should showcase those properties, and it takes money to showcase properties.
Before becoming a lawmaker, he worked for state parks for more than 40 years and says this money will make all the difference.
They can add infrastructure, and if the funding's there because of that, then obviously they can expand infrastructure.
Part of the revenue would also go to search and rescue efforts and backcountry education to try to prevent avalanches, which killed 12 people this year alone. Out at Castlewood Canyon State Park.
And there's so many parks to choose from.
At least one person we spoke with liked the idea.
I would rather pay the extra $20 when I'm registering my car than pay $80.
If you don't want to participate, you would have to check an opt-out box on the registration. After that, you won't have to check that box again. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Well, you won't see many gray wolves in the wild, but you will hear. After the break, we bring you to the Colorado Wildlife Center they call home. Colorado Parks and Wildlife aims to bring gray wolves back to the Colorado outdoors by the end of 2023. But you don't have to wait until then to see them. As part of this week's Discover Colorado series, we take you to the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center in Divide.
The one thing I think I love and will never ever get tired of is hearing the howl of the wolf. We're an education center, a sanctuary for wolves, coyote, fox. People will come here and we do educational tours, and we teach people about wolves, why they belong in our ecosystem, dispel some of the myths. To be able to see wolves up close and personal, that is special because most people will never see a wolf in their lifetime. The wolves out here, if you're 18 or older, we can go in, meet a wolf, and be able to even get some photos for your experience. It's really sort of interesting how I live with wolves because when I was a little girl, my biggest fear in the world was a wolf. And it was because of the misconceptions of what a wolf was and listening to the stories and the Little Red Riding Hood. As I grew up and started to educate myself and learn about wolves, they became something of interest to me, and then that interest turned into a passion. And still to this day, there's that misconception of if I go ride my bike out in the forest, or I take my kids out to go camping. Should we fear the wolves? And we've had people to ask, what do we have to watch out for with wolves out there? Well, hopefully you get a chance to see them because they're very elusive animals. If you have no wolves, you're going to have an overpopulation of your deer and your elk. It's biology 101. You have to have predator and prey to make a balance. You kill all your predators off, what do you have? You have too many prey animals. Now you have too many of them, they eat all the grasses down. The wolf pack keeps that herd moving. If you have horses, if you don't rotate your fields or cattle, you know what happens. You have to rotate it. Same way, even though it's vast areas, but it still happens with anything that doesn't move. They eat everything down to the ground. So with the wolves, they keep that herd moving. So now when that herd is over there, this area over here gets a chance to replenish. And that is the balance of nature. We come in, we destroy that, and now we have to manage. They managed quite fine before we came along. I think what motivates me is being a voice for them. If we don't speak up for these animals here, we might face extinction again. And Colorado did. In 1945, we eradicated them. Where they will be released here in Colorado on the western slope, they will be so far out there. We're hoping that someday we could actually have spotting scopes and be able to know where maybe a pack is and where their puppies are. Wouldn't that be awesome to be able to go out there, or to take your students out there, or to take your kids and look in a spotting scope and seeing wolves out there and puppies playing? I'm so excited about wolves coming back into Colorado. When they howl, I can close my eyes and I can tell you who it is. You know, so it's in my blood. This is 28 years of living and being with wolves and being a voice, being an advocate for them, and they're my family.
That does it for this 360 in-depth report. You can find much more on the Colorado outdoors right now on thedenverchannel.com. Good night.